2019 has been a very challenging year for the trade, but challenges have to be met, and in that context the Federation has been very busy during the year. In relation to the changes in the drink driving laws, there's two factors. There is the problems of getting to and from the pub on the one hand, but more importantly there is the fear that has been created for the morning after, and a lot of the fear for the morning after is somewhat unfounded. So we embarked in early 2019 on an education programme in relation to the morning after effects. This has been done by way of a short video which has been seen almost 1 million times, but we recognise that that has not been sufficient. So we're now looking at a scenario where we're going to do hopefully a more pronounced campaign, a more extensive campaign early in 2020. So we have been working on a number of pilot projects in Kerry on a concept called Social Spin, which is really a community-based project of getting people to and from the pub, and that is working very well. We would hope to have the findings of that in the first quarter of 2020, and we will be looking to government then to support that particular initiative by whatever means possible to make sure that it becomes a system that can be rolled out across the country. In the broader context, we've been working extensively with Fáilte Ireland to make sure that the pub, which is central to the tourist message, is actually central to the tourism planning, and we've been playing a very important role in the development of concepts like the Wild Atlantic Way, like Hidden Heartlands, like Ancient Ireland East, and we are beginning to see through initiatives like Taste the Island and other initiatives like that, where the pub is now very central to Fáilte Ireland's planning, very central to the general planning for tourism, and where trails are being created, where initiatives are being sprung, the pub is central to those, and the feedback we're receiving from our members is that this is having a very positive effect on their businesses. We launched a very strong Support Your Local campaign again in 2019, and thankfully that was effective in ensuring that there was no increase in excise. And that particular campaign, very well planned and implemented, had the desired effect, and we'll be looking to do something similar in 2020. The Public Health Alcohol Act is a work in progress. By the end of 2020, the piece on segregation will come into play. By the end of 2020, the piece on volume discounts will come into play, and more importantly, there is now a belief that the minimum unit price, which is in law but hasn't been commenced because of the situation in the north of Ireland, will come into play in 2020. We had our awards for 2019, a very successful campaign again, with 63 excellent regional winners, with 9 excellent category winners, and of course we had the Pub of the Year, which was Paris, Texas in Kilkenny. The one thing that showcased is that despite all the challenges, that the pub trade continues to be vibrant, continues to be strong, and continues to show that it has the resilience to match any obstacles that's thrown in its way. The cost of doing business continues to be a challenge. Things like insurance, things like rates, things like the availability and the affordability of labour are all challenges for the trade. We have worked tirelessly during the year on the whole issue of insurance, particularly through the Alliance for Insurance Reform, where we have both been founders and we have been spearheading that. We're beginning to see significant results. The Judicial Council has been put in place. We expect that in the first quarter of 2020 that the quantum of awards will be addressed in one shape or form. We've also been looking at the concept of a mutual insurance company for publicans alone. That is proving to be more challenging than we might have initially thought, but it's still a work in progress, and we will view in the first quarter of 2020 as to whether they can be brought to final fruition or not. On the cost front also, we've put together a new deal with Electric Ireland, and it's good to see many members signing up to that. And of course the bread and butter of the business is dealing with individual queries on a day-to-day basis, where I suppose you could say we're the ultimate insurance policy for our members, whether it be on employment law or labour law, licensing law, taxation, etc. And we continue to handle, upwards on 2,000 to 3,000 of those a year. And I think that's, for many members, that's the real benefit they see from their membership, and hopefully we will continue to be able to offer a very solid and sound service for all of those queries.